Bandwidth for today's show is brought to you by SoftLayer.com. We love SoftLayer here at Talkapolis. They are the greatest hosting company ever. They make everything easy. Check out their website at SoftLayer.com. Thanks again for sponsoring the show.
Talkapolis, the social media TV network for your city.
Thanks for joining us for a second part of our interview with Tirsa. So, Tirsa, what's your primary approach to personal training? I mean, what do you, when you meet with a person who wants to lose weight, what would you first recommendations be? How would you get them started? Typical routine.
Well, the first thing, most of the time, personal training clients in general always want to lose weight. I have yet to find somebody who's really just wants that, unless you're getting into certain, groups of people that really want to bulk up, and they usually will go for a male trainer, especially guys,
right?
Because they don't think girls would be capable, which is really a myth, because we can't do that. We can get you bigger.
No question.
But so the general people that seek for trainers are people that want to lose weight. And the first thing I always say is, don't think you're just going to come in here and have an hour session with me or two and think you're going to have the best body, because it's not going to happen. So the first thing is you need to look at your food first. So your nutrition needs to be first, which is like 80% of it. So I can give them general guidelines of I'm not a nutritionist, so I'm not going to give them exactly what to eat, but I can give them general good guidelines of how to eat.
Like how much protein, how much carbs, how much fat. The ratios.
All that. And then I'm going to tell them that even if you're going to train with me 2-3 times a week, you got to do stuff on your own. So I can give you the plan, you got to follow it. So for weight loss, I usually do like a circuit and get all the major muscle group, keep their heart rate up, and try to get as much lifting in there with keeping their heart rate up. It could be like jump rope in between. It could be stuff that, it could be burpees. It could be, pull-ups in there. Stuff that keeps their heart rate up and make sure their muscles get worked to the fullest potential.
Non-stop action.
So, yes. So that's my approach usually. So
they're lifting heavy and keeping their heart rate up at the same time.
I like to keep it relatively heavy, because especially girls are so afraid to lift a heavy weight. They go into the gym and start lifting 5-pound dumbbells and start doing, lateral raises, and I'm like, please lift the weight, because you are not going to build a muscle unless you, break it down first. So they got to feel it, and they got to lift heavy.
Yeah, like I said, they're worried about bulking up and probably don't
which
realize.
Which is really hard to do.
Yeah, that's not. It's like you wake up one morning, they're just huge.
Exactly. So weight loss, I would definitely say nutrition first, then you're lifting with your cardio. You can combine them, or you can do them separately. It depends how much time you have in the gym. If you're doing 3 times a week, I would definitely say circuit training 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And it can't be done in 3 days, for sure.
A lot of compound movements.
Yes, exactly. Like squat and presses, stuff like that.
Deadlifts,
walking lunges, deadlifts, exactly.
Good. So not worried about one little muscle looking just right, but move
there's
as much of the whole body.
Most people that just starting to lift the weight don't even need to do a bicep curl for the first year or 2, maybe. That's my opinion. But because, if you're doing a back exercise, you will get your bicep worked in there as well.
Engaged.
So, so nutrition comes first. And I always tell them it'd be great for you to have somebody that you're accountable to come to the gym with you. Because even for me, it helps me to have somebody meet me at the gym and do what we need to do. Because I won't find an excuse not to go.
Even you?
Yes, even me.
So staying consistent is get a buddy for consistency.
Get somebody, or get a little group of girls or guys and lift together. That you're compatible with. That way you stick with it. Because you feel bad if somebody else goes to the gym and you're staying home. You're like, I'm falling behind. I gotta go. So you have to find somebody.
Healthy competition, so to speak.
Yeah. Exactly.
And accountability.
And that's why a lot of people do group fitness. The problem with it, it's so general that, they fall through the cracks. So
don't have the special attention, so they kind of get lost in the back.
Yes.
If they, okay. Well, great. So now I wanted to get back to how you got lean. You mentioned something that most people wouldn't expect to hear, and that is you backed off on your cardio. You were lifting heavier, and as opposed to the misconception of lifting makes you bulky and more cardio would absolutely make you super lean. And you found something quite different.
Well, yeah, I do find, I mean, cardio helps you shred fat, of course, but if you do too much and your lifting is really non-existent, or you do just a little bit of lifting, you're gonna, a little bit of cardio works great, but then your body starts using your muscle for energy, breaks it down, so your metabolism slows down, you're overtraining, you're getting softer, your metabolism then slows down, then you want to do more cardio because you're still eating the same, and you're like, this is not working.
And you're feeling soft, and so it's...
So, yes. And when I first taught all these classes, I'm like, I'm not looking any different. I actually looked really soft at one point. I mean, it's and then I started backing off, and then lifting weights really, made a huge difference. I mean, that's the best thing I've done for my body, is lifting heavy weights.
So what's a healthy amount of cardio, you would say? I mean, when you say backing off, what is it?
I mean, if for a typical person, I would say 4 times a week, 30 minutes. But, if you're training for something, maybe you can do at the most 45 minutes to an hour a day, unless you're an athlete and you have somebody monitoring your food. But for the average person, if you're doing 30 minutes, and what you can do is, interval training is really great. If you're going to do just 30 minutes a day, do intervals.
Okay.
If you do 3 or 4 times a week, 30 minutes of intervals.
So high intensity, then
high
back
intensity,
off.
Get your heart rate up to anaerobic threshold or over, and then back down.
Okay.
Because, you're also thinking about your heart, not just the way you look.
Okay.
You got to be heart healthy.
So high intensity interval training. So sprints, just
are great.
picking the intensity up for 1 or 2 minutes and bring it back down if you're on a
or even
stair climber.
like 15, like when I teach spin, I typically do only interval and sprint classes. Try to keep them really short. Even 15 second sprints, that is.
Oh, wow.
Or,
Yeah,
because,
the
average sprint, look at, Olympics,
Right.
it's like, what, 9 seconds?
Yeah.
Maybe 11?
Yeah.
I mean, 15 seconds, do a 30-second full-out sprint is really long, actually.
Yeah.
So, so do like 10, 15-second sprints with 45 seconds off. That's all you really have to do for cardio. If, if you're not training for any specific, you want to just lose some fat and be
So you
healthy.
find that doesn't affect muscle loss as much?
No. Well, look at a sprinter and a marathon runner. Right. Sprinters look really
good example.
Muscular, and
marathon runner looks a little starved.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's great. That's something that, like I said, most people wouldn't think, especially women. You see them doing cardio for hours and hours and hours, but still feeling like I need to do more.
Yeah, and they come into the gym and it's like all they do is that, and
it's not effective.
It's not even a workout, honestly.
You also said 80% was diet, which is interesting from a trainer to say that, who wants you to come in and lift and do all this stuff. You said 80%.
I would say about 80% is diet, because you can go to the gym. I mean, I've seen it. I mean, there's one class I've taught for 12 years, seriously, and I have about the same people, the same 5 people are still in it. And there's a handful that stuck with it. And they have not changed their body at all. At all. Nothing.
Wow.
They might have
12 years and no change.
Fatter. So my point is, I mean, you can go to the gym and work your butt off, but if you don't eat right, nothing will change. I mean, you can't, outdo a bad diet with a workout.
Right.
So
you can't outburn all the M&Ms, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah. No. So and obviously it sounds like technique with how to find ratios in your workout as well, not just your food, but also in cardio versus weightlifting, and which is why you need a trainer. You need a trainer to help you find that for your body.
If you don't have time to work out, I think I would go lift before I do cardio, any day of the week.
Awesome.
So.
Well, that's great.
And then if you only have 45 minutes, you can, circuit train.
Circuit training.
Do some jump rope in between. It's the easiest thing to do.
So circuit training.
To get your heart rate up.
High intensity training for cardio. And staying lean. What is the thing you cut down on when you're trying to lean out? What's the thing that makes you leaner? What do you have to cut out? Is it fat? Is it carbs? What did you find you needed for?
Carbohydrates.
Cut down on the carbs.
Cut down on the carbs.
No surprise there, really, is it?
No, but you can eat carbs, but not
Right, that's not what you're living on. It's not 60% carbs, no.
No, it's more like 30%, 25% carbs.
Yeah.
Some days a little higher than others, but the carbs. You could still eat carbs,
because you're working out and you need some.
Yes, you need some energy.
But that's your controlling mechanism for...
Yes, because you don't spike your insulin.
Weight loss.
Insulin goes right into fat,
Right.
Right. So...
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
To see more of Tirsa, check out her profile on Talkapolis.com's Nashville Beauty and Health Profiles. And I think we're going to have her back actually as a guest on our health and fitness
Great.
roundup. So look for
Awesome.
that as well. Thanks.